Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful Lacey, Washington and Marcus Pavilion. My name is Scott Gladstone. Alongside me is Sean Wally. We'll have another St. Martin's men's basketball game for you here from Marcus Pavilion. And let's just get right into it. Let's talk about the defending GNAC champions, a 2-0 start. Big win over number 13 ranked Cal State San Marcos on Friday night, and then a comeback win in kind of that trap game against Holy Names on Saturday night. They get Sunday off. They're back to work here against a Canadian school not named Simon Fraser, so that means a Canadian school that plays in the Canadian University Athletic Association. And in a game like this, we saw the women's basketball team play Capilano, who also plays in the Canadian Pac West. Maybe the competition might not be on exactly the same level, but what does St. Martin's look to get out of this early season matchup?
Got to get back to fundamentals. Make sure you're dotting your I's, crossing your T's. Get the starters out there, get off to a nice lead, and then get the bench play going. And make sure that everybody knows what they need to do moving forward as we get closer to the GNAC season.
Yeah, exactly. Injury-free. I think that's also another big thing you want to get through a matchup like this with. And, of course, all that confidence from top to bottom of the bench. Now we turn around, we look at Douglas. We're a delayed start, obviously. It's about 6:21 local time here. Got caught up in a little bit of traffic going through the Seattle area, and they showed
really?
up. Yeah,
Never.
It happens sometimes, right? Yeah. You know that more than most of us. But they showed up here with 6 players. They took an early season loss a couple weeks ago to Western Washington, fellow GNAC foe, and it was a hefty loss where they allowed 114 points. What is a team like Douglas? Why do they schedule such tough games early in the season against NCAA foes? What are they looking to get out of something like this?
It's a test. It's a test for both schools. Can St. Martin's pull ahead, stay ahead, and cruise to a victory? For Douglas, they need to see where they're at as they get set for their conference season as well. It's always good to play above your level of competition in your desired league because it's a test, and you can see where you fall. Do you get an A? Do you get just a pass? Or maybe you fail. And, Douglas, by playing Western Washington, now by playing St. Martin's, they'll see how they're going to compete, and we'll see where they are at moving forward. They did score 71 on Western Washington. Seems like a lot of points, but Western obviously won the game, and I think they had 114. And should be a fun game. Have a lot of time to get the bench in there for both sides, although there's not a big bench for Douglas. They only are dressing 6?
6 players down there, yeah. So we're going to see the 5 of those 6 that are starting, as well as both national anthems just coming up right now. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with basketball.
The 6'2" sophomore, number 3, Tekber Kenan. 6'7" freshman, number 9, Javon Sidhu. And the 6'2" junior, number 13, is Luca Bonamici. Matt McCabe is head coach, assisted by Sylvester Appia, Kai Fraggett, and Rupinder Dyer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get on your feet to meet the Saints. From Salem, Oregon, 11 is Jake Nielsen Skinner. A 6'8" junior from Tacoma, Washington, 13, Nathaniel Stokes. The big man in the middle, a 6'8" junior from St. Croix, Virgin Islands, 32, Shaquille Alcindor. Aaron Lange, your head coach in his third season, assisted by Kyle Velasquez and Wesley Reynolds.
Welcome back here. We are just about ready to get going here. Again, an intended start time is 6 o'clock, but it's going to work out where it's right around 6:30 due to the delay on the travel down from Douglas College. But we're glad they're here. We're glad they're here safely. The starting lineups for both sides. For the Royals of Douglas College, coached by Matt McKay, it's Corez Johnson, Bhavan Dillon, Tekber Kainth, Jeevan Sidhu, and Luca Bonamici. On the other side, as they win the tip, the Royals do, it's Brandon Bunn, Kyle Greeley, Jaden Nielsen Skinner, Nathaniel Stokes, and Shaquille Alcindor, the starting 5 that we saw in the past 2 games as well. This one's kicked out, 3-pointer on the way, and it rattles home. I believe that was Sidhu down there for 3.
Can't ask for a better start for Douglas.
Exactly. I mean, hey, they're pretty massive underdogs in this game. You put the first shot in, you start to feel it. Who knows how the rest of the game will go. Brandon Bunn for 3. He answers. We're all tied at trace. Here's the kick out. Now with it up top is Dillon. Dillon to Bonamici, who stumbles. Probably nearly got called for the travel there and ends up throwing an interception stolen by Bunn and Skinny. Now Greeley for 3. Greeley puts it in. It's 6-3. The lead is doubled just like that. The scoring total is doubled just like that.
1,000% shooting inside Marcus Pavilion on a Monday night.
In total, we have 3 3-pointers attempted. All 3 went in. Royals back with the ball. Johnson with it. Johnson pulls up, and we get the first miss of the game. Still 1,000 from 3-point land are both sides. Skinny with it. Skinny drives. He kicks out. Kyle Greeley, heat check. That one's too long, but it goes off of the Royals. Might have touched the eye there of Sidhu as he's rubbing his face. Mentioned there was only 1 player on the bench during warm-up. There was only 6 players warming up total, but right after the national anthems were sung, it was a bunch of players that came out of the woodworks and decided that they were going to participate as well for the Royals. So we get a much bigger bench and just the 1 scratch for the Royals from the regular roster. This one's out to Greeley. Greeley with 5 on the shot clock. Now Skinny for 3, and Skinny hits it off the back iron. Rebounded by Brandon Bunn. He pulls it down. He'll take it out. Size is going to be a big factor that the Royals are going to have to contend with on the inside. Not necessarily Bunn, who got that rebound, but Shaquille Alcindor and Nathaniel Stokes are much bigger than the other guards, and that one's put in by Skinny. It's 8-3.
Nice move in the lane, going around the defender. The bank open even after 5.
There's a three on the way. That one doesn't go down for Sidhu. Rebound Stokes, and he'll take it up himself. Now the kick out to Bunn. Bunn tries for three. Bunn for three. It's 11-3 now, as it's 11 unanswered from the Saints.
Bunn was hot Saturday evening, picking up where he left off.
Yeah, right away we talked to him in the post-game interview, a guy playing across country, and he's guarding a guy who's playing across his home country. Just took it away from him. Perez Johnson out of Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Shaquem Alcindor is fouled on the way up. Can't convert the dunk, but he'll go and shoot two.
You talked about the size advantage for St. Martin's. It was definitely on display right there.
Shaquem Alcindor listed at 6'8". On the other side, Sidhu listed at 6'7", but it's definitely a skinnier 6'7" than the well-built frame of Shaquem Alcindor. First free throw missed by the big man. Alcindor, one of 3 international players on the, well, U.S. Virgin Islands. It's international, it's a territory, so yeah, got to go hit or miss on that one, but 3 non-United States straight-up players, as Alcindor hits the second of 2. Alongside him from the international rank are Veljko Ilic, as that one's missed, and the red shirt, Thomas Higa. And Bunn will get fouled there. That'll be on the ground. 12-3 is our score with just over 3 minutes gone.
Interesting there. Bunn initiated the contact, but the defender obviously not set as he's backpedaling. Rulebook says that's a block.
Matt McKay is going to call the first timeout of the contest. 12-3, 16:53 left to go in the first half. Saints up early. Don't go anywhere. Back here, it's a 12-0 run right now after the Saints started off down 3-0 after the Sidhu 3. And offense has been hard to come by. Defense has had a hard time stopping the Saints. So I don't know where Douglas goes from here.
Saints on fire, shooting 66% to 25 for Douglas.
This one's down low to Greeley. Greeley fades away from the low block, and another made bucket. The lead goes to 11. Dillon brings it up. Skinny all over Dillon, nearly throws it away. Now it's Tanner French with it before handing it off to Johnson. Pick and roll with Johnson and French, but he gives it up. Now driving the lane, a foul, but it's gonna not fall for Sidhu. And the Surrey, British Columbia native will have a chance to shoot 2 at the line. Trying to break a 14-0 run and a scoreless streak of over 3 minutes right now. He does not do it on free throw number 1.
First foul on Hafner for the Saints. Sidhu, the nice drive in the lane, just couldn't convert so far. Hasn't hit from the line either.
It's a young team for Douglas College. That one is splashed in. Essentially a freshman, but there are 5 years of eligibility in Canadian universities, so we can just say he's a first year, but the equivalent of freshman. He's a freshman. He's brand new. This is one of a handful of a couple of his first collegiate games, and there's Hunter Sipe for 3. He dials it up from long range. 17-4 as the lone free throw is answered with a 3-point bomb. Brandon Bunn, look at him up on the bench calling out the defense. And a foul is committed by Hunter Sipe. And now we're going to get the media timeout with 15:47 left to go. 2 free throws coming up for Douglas. Don't go anywhere. It's a 13-point lead for the Saints. bag here, and Perez Johnson, the second-year player, already mentioned from Nova Scotia, will take 2 shots. You ever been to Nova Scotia, Sean?
I actually have, believe it or not.
You have?
Yes.
I want to go to Nova Scotia. On
my many tours with the Harlem Globetrotters,
okay.
I got to Nova Scotia. Beautiful country all over Canada.
That is all the way on the other side. It should be Eastern time zone, so it's 9:37 if the Johnson family is watching this broadcast.
I learned there were 4 time zones in North America, not counting Alaska and Hawaii.
Okay. That's a 3 ball, and that's Hunter Sipe, another 3 from the Saints. That's their 5th three-pointer in the early going. 15 out of their 20 points have been scored via the long ball. There's Johnson inside, some contact.
Calling a flop.
And we're going to get a flop on Kyle Greeley here.
Not sure I agree with that. He did get ran into. Guy was in the air, but he was in the restricted zone, so really.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. With plays like that, sometimes I worry about with the new flop rule that referees will kind of default to, if it's not a foul and a guy falls down, then it's a flop, which isn't true. You know, Kyle Greeley wasn't standing there looking at the ref. He hit the ground and he got up and started to run back, and you know, and we saw that a couple times this weekend where it didn't seem like somebody was trying to sell a foul, but as somebody who fell down a lot on the basketball court, I do not think the flopping rules would be my best friend. The technical free throw is made till 20-6 as Champ Spencer gets it taken away, but then it goes out of bounds off Perez Johnson.
Good hands by Johnson, good awareness, just couldn't hang on to the hot potato.
Yeah, just plucked it out of Spencer's grip too hard. Hafner with it from 3. Now Skinny steps up with under 10 on the shot clock. Pump fake, and he fires. Ooh. The rainbow doesn't go in. Champ Spencer battles for it. Out to Hafner. Hafner puts it down. Hafner had a rough game shooting on Saturday night, and I'll tell you what, he was the last person out of this gym on Saturday night. He even beat some of the cleaning staff, and today he was the first guy in taking shots as well. He holds himself to a high standard, makes him pay on the first shot that he takes from three-point land.
Putting in that work.
Perez Johnson with it. 23-6 the score line. Johnson pulls up and misses. Sipe the rebound. Sipe with a head of steam, looking up at his options. Out to Tyke Thompson, who stutter steps, kicks it out to Skinny. Skinny now drives. He looks out to Hafner, who moves it along. Spencer for 3, in and out. Thompson nearly plucked that one out, but it's off of him. Royals ball.
It looks like that day of rest yesterday for the men's basketball squad here at St. Martin's did them well.
Yeah, they come out here with good energy thus far. And now they're going to put on a full court press where they try and trap the ball handler. Not here, however, though, as they let Bahab Dillon bring it up, and now they'll trap him there. Excuse me, that's Gurek Sron who brought it up and then threw it off Tyke Thompson's foot and out of bounds to get himself out of a jam. 23-6, 13:54 left to go in the first half. It'll be Sron to inbound. He'll find French. Now it's Sidhu with it. A screen from French. Trying to figure out who will take him, and Sidhu just goes and shoots it, and it nearly goes in. That would have been a high degree of difficulty to make that one. Spencer for 3. Offline, rebound, Sipe. Sipe. His feet came out from under him. Thought there was some contact to make that happen, but it just slipped on the floor and goes out of bounds off of him with 13.5 to go.
Douglas hit the first three-pointer, first shot of the game. Since then, just 3 points.
Now coming down, it's Sidhu that hands it off to Bomert. Bomert with it. Inside and can't get it to go. Tyke Thompson will eventually get the rebound.
All 5 Douglas players not anywhere close for a rebound.
Yeah, not trying for those second chance points. This is Tyke Thompson. He's offline from three-point land. Perez Johnson jump stops. And now he's looking for options, but a stagnant Royals offense. Eventually he gets it to French, who then picks up his dribble. Sidhu down low, good help from Spencer as everybody's switching, going left, right, and center. This one's kept in. Tyke Thompson eventually gets it. Now a 2-on-1 the other way. Errant pass to Hafner. Hafner pulls up. Hafner converts.
7 of 13 are the Saints from downtown.
The lead is 20, and not even 8 minutes have been played. This one's plucked out, but it's going to be off of Jaden Nielsen-Skinner. And Skinner will look like he was about to come off. Yeah, he is. We're going to get our first look of the season at Veljko Ilić, as well as Bryson Dillenworth. Both these guys did not see any playing time in the season opening conference challenge that SMU hosted. That's a nice hook shot. Had a decent chance of going in, but Strawn couldn't convert. Thompson will bring it up. Thompson, that one escapes him and then goes off of French, off the referee who is standing out of bounds. And a nice mulligan will be earned by the Saints there. Tyke Thompson just let that one slip. Inbound is into Ilić. Spencer now. Dillenworth. His first shot as a Saint. Converts. As you see that extra cheer from the bench there, cheering for him.
A good sign.
Now it's Thompson, number 12, who's checked on for Douglas. French with it now. He's looking for options as he's picked up his dribble. Bomert guarded by Thompson. Spencer nearly jumped that pass too much. Ilić, good help defense from Veljko Ilić just to put his big body in the way, and that one's hard to convert off. Hafner for 3. Oh, nearly again, but Spencer, the offensive board, and he puts up a layup. It's 30-6.
Wonder who had that on their bingo card. Not even 9 minutes in.
Tyke Thompson a steal.
Look
Thompson all alone. The slam. Kick out to Bomert. Bomert's going to fire for 3. He converts. That was a tough shot with Christian Hafner's hand in his face. 32-9 now as Douglas inches closer to double digits. There's a foul going to be called on number 10, Lucas Hutchinson. Well, 10:44 to go. 32-9. The run is, well, it's a 32-6 run, which is a nice little tidbit from our live stats, I guess. It was an opening 3 by the Royals, and it's been all Saints since. Don't go anywhere on the Saints Digital Network.
Number 6, Anthony Pedro, replaces Kane French. Foul on number 22, Devin Owens. His first person, the team's third. Royals ball.
Of Devin Owens. Nearly had himself a good chance at his first Saints point. And now we're under the 8-minute mark, so let's take another media timeout. Don't go anywhere. 38-13 in the early going. Back here, there is 7 minutes and 54 seconds to go in the first half of play. 38-13. The 5 on the floor for the St. Martin Saints will be Velko Illich, Marcus Lenker, Champ Spencer, Bryson Dillenworth, and Devin Owens. Looks like they're coming out in some form of a 2-3, some form of zone at least. Maybe it's a 4 out, 1 in. It's a very malleable 2-3, but it nearly works right away. Douglas still with it, 8 on the shot clock. Oh my goodness, that was a lot of steps taken. None of them resulted in a travel though, and a missed shot is rebounded by Illich. Dillenworth with it, guarded by Bomer. Gets it to Lenker, fakes the handoff. Owens fades away, can't convert, rebound Illich. Illich more than happy to just go back and hand it off, start a new play offensively. Just a workhorse in there. Spencer now all the way. Spencer puts it off glass. Nice finish from Champ Spencer.
Out of Sumner, Washington.
There's a foul there as Bomer takes the contact. And it looks like we're going to see Nathaniel Stokes ready to check in for the Saints.
Got a starter back in the game.
First shot is made by Bomer out of Delta, British Columbia. Stokes does check in for Champ Spencer after a good shift from the sophomore. Yeah, in games like this, you not only want to get your bench players a chance to play, but you also kind of do want to platoon some of your starters in there and see exactly how they can shift. How can they adapt to playing with guys who have less experience on the court and, see in a way their leadership skills because of that.
A lot of new faces on this St. Martin's roster, so they still need time to gel and figure each other out.
The double came right away to Illich. The kick out to Lenker. Lenker can't convert, but it's a rebound to Dillenworth. He throws it to Illich. Illich does not want to dribble around the perimeter at all. He always looks to give it up there. 10 on the shot clock. Lenker going to have a wide open look. Sets his feet and fires a 3.
Sometimes the wide open shot is the hardest.
Yeah. Again, back in this zone look. It's kind of a 2-3 where the wings are really playing high. That shot short, rebound, Illich. Pushing the fast break. Dillenworth coming up. He loses his feet and loses the ball, gets it back, and it's going to be a jump ball that will go to the Saints. I don't know if any of the Saints have talked about it, but that scoreline of 114-71 that Western Washington had over Douglas College, I'm sure they're at least aware of that and would love to beat that against their GNAC rival. Kind of this preliminary comparison that they can make.
I'm struggling to see how Douglas got 71 at this point.
Yeah. Dillenworth all the way to the bucket. He gets some more points in his Saints career. They're back out into the zone. Shot taken from a little bit beyond the elbow is missed by Sidhu. Another rebound goes to Illich. Dillenworth will head up the offense. 5 minutes to go. Down to Illich, and he has a crafty little spin move and hook shot. 47-14 here at Marcus Pavilion. That is a nice kind of pull-up floater there from Sidhu. Sidhu leads this squad in points. He has 6.
Douglas has done a lot right. They're just not able to connect on the field goals. They're missing the loose balls, throwing intercepted passes.
First shot by Stokes is missed. Second shot is missed. Third shot is also missed. He gets it back, and then he tries to give it up. Illich now gets it. Illich hook shot missed, and that one was missed, and Illich looked like he might have put an elbow on the face of a Royal.
Don't know if the officials didn't see it. Surprised they let play continue. Never fun to take an elbow to the face.
I think that might be French that's down French out of Lethbridge, Alberta, the only Alberta player on this team. Lethbridge is pretty close to where I'm from, on the other side of the border, of course. I was born in Kalispell, Montana, which is just a stone's throw, really, away from Lethbridge, over the border. They're going to look at this one now to see.
Well, there was no intent.
Yeah. You saw the connection, really. I think I was watching the ball. Did it look like forcible contact enough to say that he was, even though it wasn't intended, that you could see it was a dangerous play?
It looked like wrong place, wrong time, unfortunately. I mean, Illich is a big man. He's got a huge wingspan.
Illich listed at 6'9", the redshirt junior out of Serbia. On the other side, Tanner French, the guy who he got 6'6", and he's a first year, where I mentioned Illich in his third year. He's a transfer from Utah State Eastern. And actually, right after that, head coach Aaron Landon took off Illich just to cool him down a little bit. He put in a long shift of work there. Illich right now, 2 points and 4 rebounds. This is something I was going to mention. You were talking about, not getting a lot of those loose balls. St. Martin's out offensive rebounding. Douglas College right now, 10-0, and I think that's a big stat line. We saw this is a very good offensive rebounding team. Holy Names, the game with Holy Names on Saturday night, it was offensive rebounds that really won the game for the Saints in the end. They just got enough second chance points, and here, same thing. The offense is out rebounding 10-0. The defense 12-5. They're really winning the battle on the boards.
Well, I called it out earlier. We've seen it at least once, probably more. Shot goes up for Douglas. All 5 players are retreating up court. Follow the shot. Especially when you're not shooting well, only 31%, so chances are it's not going to go in.
Yeah.
And they're just giving up and running back the other way.
And part of me wonders if that's some direction from Matt McKay saying maybe let's not attack the board so much because they got guys like Shaquem Alcindor, Veljko Illich who have a couple inches on us who are going to get those rebounds over us. But at the same time, Dennis Rodman, he's the guy that taught the world. You don't have to be bigger than the guy that's guarding you to get the rebound. You just have to anticipate where that ball is going and be willing to put your body out for it. Looks like all is said and done. Don't see anybody heading to the line for technical free throws. No announcement from our PA announcer, Joe, so we're just going to play on with no technical or flagrant called on Veljko Illich. Shaquem Alcindor back on the floor. 2 starters on the floor, as well as a player who gets a lot of minutes in Christian Hafner. That three-pointer's on the way, and right as I jinx it, the first offensive rebound of the game for the Royals, and it results in points as Johnson puts it in.
See? Stick near the basket. Good things can happen.
Ball can float your way. Hafner with it. Hafner will drive the bucket. Back out to Owens, who then gets it to Stokes. Stokes for 3. Nothing but net.
A pretty shot from Stokes out of Tacoma.
50-18 is our score line. This one thrown down to the short corner as the Royals trying to find the key to beat the zone. Out to Bomer. Bomer drives. He flips up, goes off the side of the backboard. Rebound Hafner. Now Tyke Thompson will prepare to come back in. Lanker gets it to Hafner. 10 on the shot clock. Alcindor fronted. Lost it, got it back. Hook shot is short. Or not really a hook shot, but a spin and a shoot. Rebound Johnson brings it up. The shot from Dillon. Dillon misses it. Rebound Stokes.
But to think about this in the second half, Coach Landon letting Alcindor and Illich both on the floor at the same time. That would be fun.
I don't know if there would be any rebounds for the rest of the game for Douglas, at least when that situation is on the floor.
See a bunch of rebounds, a bunch of blocks, a few dunks.
A few bruises probably as well. There's an offensive foul. I think Shaquem Al-Cinder. And it is Shaquem Al-Cinder that got in the way illegally there. And they're calling an offensive foul on the big man. We're going to take our final media timeout of the first half. It is 50-18, the Saints in front. Back here, 2 minutes and 18 seconds, 50-18 is our score. Bonamici with it, nearly throws it away, grabbed by Dillon though. Now it's Gurik Sron to Kane. Long shot from Dillon and nothing but air. Kept in bounds and somehow it gets to his teammate Bonamici before they run into each other and the ball goes out of bounds.
You make a smart play to save it in bounds, throw it to where nobody is, to where your player can get it, your teammate, and then you guys collide as the ball goes out of bounds.
It's tough. It's tough.
That's a head scratcher.
It goes from highlight to low light real quick. Thompson with it up front, now to Lenker. Stokes. That play was designed to find Thompson. And when the pass to Thompson wasn't there, Stokes looked for Al-Cinder, and Al-Cinder didn't even make an attempt at the air ball. For as much scoring we had in the early going, we haven't seen a bucket or a point scored in over 2 minutes for either side. Back in the zone. Yeah, this is a 4-out, 1-in zone right now. I really haven't seen a lot of things like it, but it's working to perfection as Al-Cinder gets his hand in there and he gets the steal going the other way. Down to Al-Cinder, double coming, back out to Thompson. Thompson hits Stokes. Stokes can't convert, rebound Al-Cinder. Al-Cinder goes back up with it strong and he can't make that one. And you talk about two open, that was one of those where there was nobody that could force Al-Cinder to miss that shot except for himself.
Basketball is one of those things, you know, you can do 80% right and well, but you don't finish, and then it's like all for nothing.
35 seconds to go in this first half. Kainth with it. Errant pass stolen by Al-Cinder. Hafner will bring it up as the Saints will likely hold for the final shot. There is a shot clock. So if we get an air ball or a shot clock violation, there will technically be milliseconds put on.
It's like roughly a second or just under differential.
Tyke Thompson with it now. 5 on the shot clock and the game clock into Tyke Thompson. It's out of bounds off of the Royals, and that gives us a clear picture. There is literally 0.1 seconds left as we're looking at the shot clock right below. It says 3, the game clock right above, and the one you're looking at, 3.1. So if we get an air ball here, as we will not, that will be just an alley-oop up to Nathaniel Stokes. He puts it in. 52-18 is the scoreline heading into the locker room. The Saints in that first half shooting 51% to 28.6% from the Douglas College Royals. Well, we'll have some things to talk about as we go into the second half and some of this box score to break down a little bit more for you when we come back. A little over 10 minutes. Come back and watch the second half with us. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Marcus Pavilion in Lacey, Washington. We're getting set for another half of play between St. Martin's and Douglas College. This is a game day which caps off 5 straight days of basketball or of sports. Thursday was volleyball, but then 4 straight games, 4 straight days of games with basketball here.
9 basketball games
9
after
basketball
tonight.
games, and
In 4 days.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, but exhausting as well. So. Let's talk about that first half, which was also very exhausting for this Douglas College squad, who, of course, rotated a lot of their players in, but just couldn't seem to get a footing on the defending GNAC champs.
2 players for Douglas have 6 points apiece, leading the way. Sindhu and Bomert both have 6 points. They only have 18 as a team. Shooting 28.6%.
Back here. Sorry about those technical difficulties, folks. Didn't miss much. Nobody scored. Still 52-18 with 1 minute gone in this second half. The starters are out there for the Saints to start this second half. We'll see how long they stay in. Missed 3 from Kane. Rebound, Brandon Bunn. Skinny up top of it now. Down to Alcindor. Cross-court pass to Bunn. Stokes to the bucket. Nice assist from Bunn on that pick and roll.
Making it look easy is St. Martin's on this Monday night.
18 and a half to go now in the first half. Kainth with it. Now to Bomert. Bomert had a good first half. Obviously the scoreline, not much great happening, as this is another 3 ball that gets stuck in between the rim and the glass.
That's 3 in 3 days. Did that happen Friday night as well?
I don't remember that happening on Friday. Don't think that happened
3
on Friday.
straight days. That rim exactly on that end of the floor.
Yeah.
Likes the ball. Clearly.
Yeah, just trying to suck it in there. Going to be a jump ball that will go to the Saints. Skinny with it. He'll try and attack the basket and then pull out of it. Rotation around now to Bunn. Down to Skinny. Skinny guarded by Bomert. Finds Greeley wide open for 3. Greeley can't convert. Rebound Stokes kinda where he tips it out. And it goes down to Johnson, who brings it up the floor and passes it to Sidhu. Cross court, Bomert guarded by Skinny. Still with it, Bomert, and the pass, a missed shot but a foul on either Shaquem Alcindor or Kyle Greeley.
Very nice pass in the lane by Kai Bomert. Couldn't get the finish. But Sran's fouled, so he's heading to the line.
Yeah, heading up now is Sran. And the thing about it is that was almost one of the first times where I felt like I saw a look at an open layup for Douglas, and I think that's been a big part of it. The help defense has been outstanding from the Saints today. Almost like they knew what Douglas was going to do before Douglas even did it. 1 of 2 from the line. 54-19 is our score line. Stokes with it on the outside. Passes to Bunn. Bunn inside. Pump fake goes up. What a roll he put on that ball. The rotation that when it hit the glass, it spun right in, 56-19.
I think Johnson there was looking for the help from Sadu. He just never got it.
Now Bomer with it on the outside. Guarded by Skinny. Turnaround from Bomer. Nothing but glass as that is rebounded by Greeley. Skinny has about 45 seconds to think about his shot, and he fires it in from deep.
The entire Saints bench on their feet for that one. Don't look now. 40-point lead.
59-19, and again, I mentioned the Western Washington game against Douglas College. That one finished 114-71. Both of those marks the Saints would love to beat. They were on pace to beat it defensively at half, but offensively they need a big second half to do that, and likely, probably out of respect, won't be that excited to score that many, but they'll do everything they can to keep the defensive number as low as it is. To the corner, Stokes goes flying for it. That one hits glass and then the rim, and rebounded by Alcindor. Skinny will take it up. Pass it to Stokes, now Greeley. Bunn. Skinny calling out the offense. Trying to force him right, or at least towards the baseline, is Kane. Ended up being put up by Skinny. He misses it. Rebound, Alcindor. He just goes over everybody and puts it back.
The 6'8 junior from St. Croix using his size to the Saints' advantage.
They're back in that 4-out, 1-in zone, and it works again. Force a miss out of Gurk Sron. Coming the other way, Greeley with it. Greeley under the basket. He puts it up and in, 63-19. Back to the 4-out, 1-in. Alcindor with it. There's a travel there as a couple subs will come in for the first time in this half, and we're going to take a media timeout. 15 minutes to go in half number 2, 63-19 as we take a break. Back here, we got 14:54 to go in the second half. Tyke Thompson will inbound to Jaden Nielsen-Skinner, a.k.a. Skinny. Stokes on the floor, as well as Alcindor and Champ Spencer for the Saints. Look into the low block. Alcindor guarded by Sron. He turns, tries to put it off glass, can't do it successfully. Rebound goes to Dillon.
Well, effective defense by Sron.
Good look from the corner for Gerard Pimentuan. Can't get that one to fall. Now the other corner, a wide open look. No rebound, or no make, but a rebound to Nathaniel Stokes, and he puts it back up and in, an 11-0 run. The Saints are on.
Stokes does a lot of things right.
That look from the corner misses. Offensive rebound, still battling for it, is Bonamici. Ends up getting to it. in this second half, it's 13-1. The Saints outscoring the Royals. Long ball. In and out. Rebound, Stokes. Stokes will take it himself down the court. Got Thompson with him. Spencer coming as help. Pass it back to Skinny, who thought about a three before pulling out of it. Illich and Sipe are sitting at the scorer's table getting ready to come in. Oh, backdoor cut was there, still there. Champ Spencer slams it home.
Good vision for the dunk.
Shaquem Alcindor is going to commit the foul there on Gerard Pimentuan. Not a ton of contact, but our referee signals that he made some contact with the head there, going up for the block. And it'll be the second foul on Alcindor. Likely Illich was already prepared to come in for him, though, and we're going to get a 30-second timeout from head coach Matt McKay of the Royals. 13-0 run since that free throw that we saw from Sidhu, the only points that we've seen from the Douglas College Royals in this second half. Now as we start to see again what we saw in the first half, the subs, more of the bench start to get in for the Saints. What do you think kind of the messaging in that Saints huddle is? Something along the lines of continue to play it like it's a close game?
I think it's work on fundamentals, using the end of the bench a lot, and letting them use the shot clock. Let it wind down to get through this game healthy. The victory's there.
Yeah, I mean, this is something we talked a little bit about at halftime. There's a balance in a game like this. Two teams that, you know, they're not playing in the same league. And so you need to have that balance of respect, but at the same time, everybody out on the court is a competitor, and they're going to go hard, and they're going to continue to play hard. So finding where that, you know, respect is in terms of quote-unquote running up the score, but at the same time earning your minutes. You know, these are official stats that are going to go down for the St. Martin Saints. And, you know, being able to get your work where you can get your work in this early season contest.
Good opportunity for Coach Landon to also work on specific sets, specific plays that maybe he wants to implement, instill, and maybe the team hasn't really ironed everything out.
Yeah, and you never know when an injury is going to take out, you know, somebody, and Bryson Dillenworth, who has the ball right now, is going to need to play a lot more minutes than he initially anticipated, and going to have to come in and run plays that he hasn't run a lot. There's a three on the way from Hunter Sipe. Man, he is just a sniper from deep, and he converts on another bucket. Good defense from Illich, but a better move from Gurik Sron, who converts off glass.
Sron not afraid to go at either Illich or Alcindor.
That was the first bucket of the second half for the Douglas College Royals. There's a hook shot coming from Illich. He misses. Rebound Sron. Champ Spencer going to be called for the foul there. I thought they were calling that on Sron there for swinging around a little bit.
Good sportsmanship there by Sron as he reached down to lift Spencer up, help him up. Although Spencer went to his own teammate for the assist.
70-23 here, three ball on the way. That one just not going, and it's been that type of night for the Royals. Down by
47.
47. Taken away, though. Could be 45, and it is, as Pimentuan puts it in, the steal and the layup. Bryson Dillenworth not happy with getting his pocket pick there. Sipe all the way. Puts it off glass, doesn't go for him. 70-25. We mentioned 71 points scored by this Douglas College squad against Western Washington in a game a couple weeks ago. Clearly, it was a much better shooting night for the Royals on that evening in Bellingham. That one up in the air, and a quick call on Veljko Ilic.
Douglas just shooting 24.2% for the game.
We're going to get a media timeout here, so don't go anywhere as we will take a break. 70-25 our score. Back here, going to be an inbound coming in from Anthony Pedro out of Ottawa, home of the Senators in the NHL. Also, the capital. Cross-court pass. Kind of an awkward-looking flick there from Hunter Thompson, but it ends up working out as they get the offensive rebound back out to Thompson. I don't know if that ball slipped out of his hands or if he just has kind of an unconventional shot. There's a deep three. Doesn't go. Dillenworth gets the rebound, but he stepped out.
Thompson for Douglas. He had the right idea, the fake and the wide open shot. But yeah, that flick, like you said, it was almost like from his waist.
Yeah, I want to see another shot by him to see if he is like a Sean Marion type shooter or if that was just that pump fake and then he kind of lost the grip on it. We're going to need a kick ball, and it's going to stay with the Royals. (70-25) here, 10:37 left to go in the second half. St. Martin hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes. Part of the reason is because of this long possession from the Royals. They still stay in the 4-out-1-in defense.
6 to shoot.
Out to the corner. The pull-up, I think that was Thompson there. That one looked a lot more conventional, but still kind of an awkward off-balance shot. Oh, that was Pimentuan. We missed that one. No, it was Thompson. Pimentuan's not on the floor right now. The 12 and the 2, kind of hard to track it down. Veljko Ilic and Tyke Thompson will come out. We're going to see Marcus Alenker check in. Sipe, Dillenworth, Champ Spencer, and Christian Hafner on the floor as well. Cross-court pass, finds Hafner. Now it's Dillenworth. Call out the play with 5 on the shot clock now. Looks for Hafner. Hafner, a lot of contact, no call. Champ Spencer for 3, rims out. And we're going to get a call on the Saints there. Lanker called for it, battling down under. Bringing it up will be Lucas Hutchinson. Good move there from number 9, Jivan Sidhu. He scored the opening bucket of this game on a three-pointer. Since then, only 22 points put up by the Royals, but here he'll get a chance to go to the line and shoot 2 after getting fouled by Lenker.
That was Douglas' only lead of the game at 3-0, and they had that lead for 20 seconds.
Immediately coming down, and the 3 was answered right back, and from there it has been all Saints. First shot was up and good from the charity stripe. Second shot also is flushed from Sidhu. A lot of contact coming down the floor. Bryson Dillenworth begging for a call, but got to know as a backup guard, when you come into a game up big, likely there will be no pity your way from the referee.
Got to love how Dilworth just looked at the official after dribbling the ball off himself. It's like, what else is he going to call? Yes, he might have wanted a foul, but like you said, you're up 70-27, son.
Short shot from Sidhu. Rebounded by Sipe. Sipe will go all the way. Hands off to Lenker right under the basket. Wide open layup. Make it 72-27 as the Saints have the inverse of Douglas's score.
Very astute of you.
Well, you see that a lot more in like a 78-87 game. It's a tough look at a 72-27 game, but
very rare.
Got to pay attention for all the unique things happening with this score here. That's a nice hook shot from Hunter Sipe, the 6'4" senior. Shows a move that he has in his arsenal. There's a deep 3. That one's in. That one looked a lot less awkward from Hunter Thompson as just pulled up. And
still a low release point.
Yeah, still a low release point. And, yeah, he just wasn't being guarded out there because I don't think the Saints thought he was going to shoot from there. This one's kicked out. Sipe for 3. Oh, that would have been a big play for Hunter Sipe there. Could be a candidate for somebody that Aaron Landon might bring up at the end of the game because he has been solid when he's been on the floor. He leads the Saints in points, the only Saint in double figures with 11. That ball's out off the Royals. 7:41 to go here. It's 74-30, the Saints in front. Back here we have 7:41 left to go in this ball game. 74-30 is the scoreline. The Saints lead the Douglas College Royals. Going to be Saints ball onto the basket. Champ Spencer will inbound to Bryson Dilworth, who's waiting for it. Soft full court press put on, as we've seen for most of this game. Anthony Petro guarding Dilworth. Get Devin Owens on for the first time in the second half. He's still trying to score his first points as a Saint. This one is kept in bounds, thrown to Champ Spencer, who's waiting wide open to put it in. 76-30. This one's thrown into Pedro. He kicks it out. Now finds Johnson. Johnson for 3. Hits it short. Rebound will eventually belong to Devin Owens. He'll take it all the way. Owens fouled going up for that one. Can't convert on the free throw, and he'll go to the line with the chance to score his first points for St. Martin's.
Owens nearly taking out cheerleaders. They got to be on their toes, those cheerleaders, paying attention.
Yeah, they should be trying to catch him down there. They got those pom-poms, or at least throw the pom-poms down, kind of like a pillow to land in.
Padding,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah. Devin Owens' first shot comes up short. JUCO transfer from Irvine Valley College. Both shots miss. Nearly an offensive rebound from Lenker. But it goes the way of Douglas. They'll bring it up now. Johnson with it. Johnson off to Sidhu. Now it's Hutchinson with the ball. Back to Sidhu, guarded by the smaller Dilworth, but he loses the ball. And it goes the way of the Saints. Looking down on the bench right now, we see Brandon Bunn as well as Jaden Nielsen-Skinner. They got the warm-ups on. Tyke Thompson also has his warm-up on. Likely the end of their days. Going to be mostly these five, maybe a couple others that'll probably take us the rest of the way. Out to Owens. Owens, stutter steps, takes it inside. Low pass, short hop, and then another pass for three. Dilworth converts.
The extra pass, the open man. 3-point basket.
79-30 now. 6 minutes to go here from Marcus Pavilion. A drive from Thompson, kicks it out to Dillon. Dillon now driving on Dilworth. Pedro. He'll go at Lenker. Lenker just stepped in and got a little too close on him while he was shooting. A foul will be 2 shots for Anthony Pedro. Pedro, a first-year player. Plays prep ball in St. Francis Xavier.
Many of you have probably looked at the schedule and saw that Saints were playing Douglas tonight and thought, who is that? Where are they? Douglas College, right on the Fraser River in New Westminster, British Columbia, just across the river from Surrey.
Okay.
Beautiful area, that Fraser River Valley.
Yeah, but on the other side of Seattle traffic, and that's the reason for our 30-minute delayed start time here. They will have a much quicker drive back as it'll have calmed down in the Seattle area. Here's a three. Devin Owens, he converts. Missed both of his free throws, but his first points as a Saint come via the 3-ball. 82-31. A foul on the way driving in for Lucas Hutchinson. He'll go to the line now to shoot 2. Free throw-wise, we've seen 10 out of the 31 points come on the line for the Royals. First shot up and in from Hutchinson.
Royals taking care of the basketball, which is a bit of a surprise. Only 12 turnovers. Not a terrible number. They're just not converting. 22%. They're going down in field goal percentage as we continue on.
Yeah, well, I mean, that 4-out, 1-in defense that Aaron Landon came to play with has worked effectively. A lot of the shots fired up by the Royals have been from deep, low percentage shots. Speaking of, Champ Spencer, it's a high percentage shot the way he's firing it today. He flushes it in from long range, make it 85 for the hometown St. Martin Saints. Knocked out of bounds by Devin Owens.
Everybody scored for the Saints, which in a game like this you want to see.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. We've seen a couple players open their accounts. You know, Velko Illich only put in that one layup, but he's got 5 boards. He's looked really nice. Nathaniel Stokes, 9 and 9, which is for a game where he's only played 17 minutes, having 9 points, 9 rebounds. Not a bad stat line. 5:05 to go here. We're going to have one more media timeout under 4 minutes. I don't think we'll have any more breaks in the action beyond that, as Matt McKay will be more than happy to take his guys back north of the border and start playing some more of the Pac West foes.
Wonder if they're making that trip right back tonight. Or if they're going to
I'm guessing so.
grab a room and get some sleep.
Put in by Luca Bonamici.
Traffic would probably be better tonight
Yeah.
than tomorrow morning.
I'm somebody that hates traffic so much, I would just say, send me tonight. There's an and one for Marcus Lenker. He missed that first shot, put it off the backboard essentially to himself, and then he put the putback right in and took the contact. We're about to see the 5th free throw from the St. Martin Saints compared to 17 from Douglas.
Lenker, the 6'4 junior out of Spokane, Washington.
Cam Spencer gets the offensive board, passes it out to Lenker, and a possible three-point play could turn into more on this possession. Owens for 3. That one a little bit too strong, bricks out. 87-35. Just at the 4-minute mark now. That one knocked away from by Devin Owens. Owens now going all the way, taking some contact and getting fouled. And right away, Lenker and Hafner help him up.
Love to see the entire St. Martin's bench on their feet, rooting on the 5 on the floor, even with a 52-point lead.
3:56 to go here at Marcus Pavilion. We're going to take one more media timeout, and then we'll take you to the finish line. Don't go anywhere on the Saints Digital Network. We're back in action here as we get a random errant buzzer there. We got a travel called on Velko Illich. For those who are just joining us for the first time, you probably don't recognize, well, you recognize Sean's voice a little bit if you watched the GNAC Championship last year. Of course, the Saints only played in one game before getting upset from Western Oregon. But we are 2 new players to the broadcasting team here. As we mentioned, all the new players on the court for the Saints. But it's been so exciting to bring you the first couple games, and we got to shout out the old broadcast crew of both Jeff Lucero and Austin Burns and what they did. Aaron, he actually got a championship ring for Jeff Lucero as we see a step back 2-pointer there from Dilworth. But he got a GNAC regular season championship ring, gave it to Jeff Lucero at the pregame ceremony they had, because that's how much Jeff and what he did meant to this program.
Absolutely an awesome move by head coach Aaron Landon. And I tell you what, Jeff Lucero is a great guy. He deserves everything. He's moved out of state and doing similar things down in Northwest Oregon. And Austin Burns has moved on from the athletic department, and now you are in a similar role, my friend.
Yes, I am, and am trying to continue bringing all the great stuff that Austin brought. And, of course, it's great that we have some consistency with Sydney Henderson still running the stream. She's responsible for all the great stuff that you see on there, as well as the highlights package that you'll see after the game. If you go to any of the social media, you can see some of the best plays. There is a lot to choose from today with an 89-35 lead.
And if you have watched a lot of Saints games, both men and women, home and, well, road, I should say. I did play-by-play at Western Washington since 2018.
Ooh.
And
we're going to get a flop call there.
Second of the game.
Second flop call, it's going to be on Marcus Lanker, so that's what you're going to see, this technical free throw shot. So you know the GNAC well because of all your games up at Western Washington, Sean, and it's been interesting because you've seen this Saints squad in different phases, of course, with the old coaching staff and then, the COVID times and then Aaron Landon coming in, and right away with his ability to recruit the transfer portal and the JUCO squad, this kind of quick turnaround that he's put the program through.
Well, I love Aaron Landon's story and that he was across town at South Puget Sound Community College, did great things there, and quickly was brought over here at St. Martin's when Alex Pribble left after doing good things with the program as well. So there's a history of good basketball here in Lacey, and Aaron Landon doing the right thing with the squad now. And I'm very interested to see how all these new pieces fit together, the well-oiled machine that it can be.
Yeah, we just saw Dilworth put in a basket there. I think, while we're talking about people that have had a great effect on St. Martin's and the program, I mean, Bob Grisham, departing athletic director, here for so long.
Great guy.
And I think he made a lot of good hires, and Aaron Landon is one of those hires where he can look back on and immediately say, yeah, that was a great call. That was the right guy to lead this program. Second shot from Gurk Strawn goes in from the free throw line. Looks like it'll be 91-40 or somewhere around there. So falling short of Western Washington's 114-point mark, but gonna be well below the 71 that they allowed to Douglas. So that's kind of some sort of juxtaposition between the two GNAC foes, the one that you've covered for the past few years and the one that you're with now. What are your expectations for Western Washington this year in the GNAC, just in terms of kind of what you know, in terms of how what they've returned and this early season? Obviously, Hornbuckle had a great year for them, but what do you think up in Western Washington they can expect, their high and low for this season are?
Very similar to what St. Martin's has. They have a lot of new pieces on the roster that are going to see a lot of action that didn't play last year or didn't play much. So it'll be very interesting to see how these teams gel that have a lot of new faces with, of course, a handful of returners as well. So I believe Western Washington in the preseason poll was 4th in the predictions for the GNAC, and we saw in March, throw those out the window.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, last year, so competitive in the regular season title race. It came down to the last day when St. Martin's lost, and then it was really interesting as Aaron Landon told the story of them finding out and just this muted celebration, because it's hard to celebrate after you lose a game. If you win that game, you win the conference championship. You lose, and then you get the notifications, oh, well, another game went our way, and I guess we won, but we feel really bad because we lost. So they never really got that full celebration. And obviously then the upset happened because it's just so competitive. Top to bottom, anybody can win, anybody can lose on any given night in the GNAC. That's why I'm so excited for GNAC play to start, as this one has been out of hand for a while. Christian Hafner might have just slammed the door shut.
I tell you what, New Year's Eve, got it circled, highlighted on the calendar.
Nice little hook shot there to finish off the scoring for Douglas. Luca Bonamici finishes that, and now bringing it up and running out the clock are the Saints. Lanker with it. He's been one of the players that has stepped up today, but really you cannot knock anybody's performance. From top to bottom, everybody scored, everybody with a piece of the pie. Double digits for Spencer, for Dilworth, for Sipe and Lanker. 4 bench players in double figures. And, man, this was just an all-around team win here at Marcus Pavilion.
Went exactly how it should go if you are the St. Martin Saints. Leading all but 20 seconds of the contest and doing most things right. Of course, the coaches, led by Aaron Landon, will figure things out and find a few things that, okay, we had a few miscues here. We can improve on this. We learned this about our team that we need to build on?
Out rebounding the Royals 45-23. That's a big storyline of this contest, but just in general, offensively, defensively, dominating and allowing every player to get on the floor and score because of it. We are going to have a quick conversation post-game with Aaron Landon. We're going to let him get set up for that. We'll talk with a player as well, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with a post-game interview on the Saints Digital Network. Sky Gladstone here with head coach Aaron Landon post-game after a 50-point win over Douglas College. First of all, Coach, 3 games in 4 days. How do you think your team responded to kind of the intensity that you get in kind of postseason play, just the amount of minutes that they got to kind of produce in competitive play? How do you think your team responded to that?
Good. I mean, I thought Saturday night was more the issue, figuring out a back-to-back. When we scheduled this, it was a short turnaround, but I was honestly thinking about the Hawaii trip in December, just trying to string 3 games together. Those are going to be 3 really intense games, so packing a few in early on, we figured that in a game like this we'd be able to spread the minutes out a little bit, and that's what happened. So we're all right. I'm just glad that we're healthy, and tomorrow we'll do a real light day. We'll probably just lift and watch some film, and then 2 big practices, and then go to Utah.
Everybody that was active was able to score points today. You saw a couple, scoring accounts open in their St. Martin's career, which is cool to have, and something that I love to see that I thought was really cool. Even though the starters didn't play a ton, like right away you saw a guy like Brandon Bunn standing up and helping call out the defense and trying to make those plays. What could you say about just this total team effort today and those new Saints getting and kind of learning to be part of the picture?
Yeah, well, Brandon wasn't just yelling about D. He was just yelling go, go, go because he wanted to score and wanted those guys to score. But that's all right. He's a great teammate, and the rest of those guys supporting, those guys as they get their first minutes, that's awesome. Those guys have a hard job because they have to jump into games cold, and really it's hard because they have to prep every single day and be held to all the same, academic standards and work super hard and all those conditioning standards too. So those guys got rewarded with some minutes tonight, and we told them, hey, don't run, don't try to just score in transition every time. Let's practice running our actions, and that's going to make us better. Just to more mentally mentally prepare. So those guys probably wanted to get up and down a little bit faster, but blame me for that. We just had them kind of work on the sets that we've been practicing.
Yeah, exactly. And finally, you mentioned the Utah trip coming up. What are you looking to get out of that trip? What are you looking to learn about the team?
We just haven't played a road game yet. Utah's a tough place to play, and so we'll fly out to Salt Lake, and we'll get a late night practice on Friday, and we'll play against a team Saturday that's well coached. Norm Parrish has been there a long time, and he's a veteran coach, and they play kind of a smash mouth, old school style. They're gonna screen you and illegally screen you and put their hands on you and beat you up. So it's good for us to go into that environment. They're in the RMAC, so it's not a conference that we're familiar with. So they'll be good. They got a really good post player, and that'll be kind of the first elite post player that we've seen, a Division I transfer, and we just haven't seen a true scoring post yet. So, excited for that opportunity, and we need to test ourselves on the road.
Well, speaking of Division I transfer posts, we'll get your one of your starting posts in here, and congrats on the win tonight.
Thanks a lot.
We're here with Nathaniel Stokes after the win, and first player that really makes me feel short up here, but I'm sure we'll probably get Shaquem at some point. It'll make me feel short too. Nathaniel, first of all, as a transfer to the squad, what can you just say about how welcomed you felt over the past couple months of being with the team?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's definitely one of the biggest things that I noticed coming to this school, being a two-time transfer coming from Bryant to Coppin State and now Coppin State to here. I think one of the first things I noticed, I knew Skinny before from playing AAU, and one of the first things that I noticed is how welcoming everybody was. Guys wanting to get together to shoot, guys wanting to hang out, go eat, the camaraderie off the court, as well as just being around each other all the time. I think that's just a refreshing feeling, to be honest. And I mean, I'm definitely happy with how things have gone so far.
This 3-0 weekend, really a good spark for the team. And if you finish it off with this game where everybody gets in, and not just everybody gets in, everybody scores and contributes heavily to the win. How much fun was it kind of on that bench, seeing those guys that grind every day, but they're usually kind of the scout team in practice, getting to see them go in and get their piece of the pie?
Yeah, no, it was definitely a rewarding feeling. It's a testament to everybody's work ethic. If only you guys could see some of the practices we have in here, definitely really hard. So I think just as a competitor, as these guys' brothers, and as a team, it was nice to see everybody be able to get in and get their chance because, everybody works hard for it. So, and these opportunities for us to play at home in front of the fans and kind of get everybody in and let people get their feet wet is not something that we take for granted. So it was definitely cool to see.
Talk a little bit about kind of this post crew. You're a versatile player, so I'm assuming you probably practice with the post, but then every once in a while maybe take the ball out a little bit, and because you can knock down the ball pretty well from the outside. Talk about this post crew though, especially Shaquem coming in. He consistently plays bully ball in the middle there, and then we saw a guy like Champ Spencer stepped up, and he was in double figures and plays kind of a really similar ball to you where he can get out and he can shoot it, but he also has that length inside. Talk to me about that kind of crew and how you've meshed with them.
Yeah, I think that's just another group. We get in here, we have our workouts in the morning after practice, things like that. From the coach, not from the coaches, by ourselves, getting in here with our positional guys of similar size and play style. Just getting in here, getting shots up with each other, building chemistry, hanging out with each other, and things like that. So then on the court, when we have a group like you have me, a versatile wing forward post, you got Shaquem, we got Tyke, another big one, and we got Champ. So I think just the group of those guys definitely gonna make it difficult on other teams to guard us. To be honest, to be able to stretch the floor out, have that inside and outside presence. And, I mean, that's a huge thing in college basketball, being able to have some size down the stretch in the year to be successful in the playoffs. So I'm just looking forward to building that chemistry with them throughout the year.
All right, well, thank you, Nate. Congrats on the 3-0 start. That'll do it from here, a 50-point win for the St. Martin Saints. For everybody at home, please enjoy the rest of your night and stay safe out there.